Oh, I'm sure. You know, it's always fun play at home, and you crowd behind you, and you know, you're trying to energize from that, and I think it's awesome. So hopefully we can do the same thing in the game 4.
You almost get the feeling that the teams are that even, and that the team who's playing at home has that advantage.
Yeah, but you know, the teams are good. Both teams are really good, and we just need to be. You know, it's the team who is on their game the best will win the game. You know, they're a close matchup. Both have a good, talented group of guys and great goaltending. So I feel like it'll be tight.
Looks like Datsuk and Draper may be back in the lineup.
Yeah, you know what, I didn't know if they in that, you know, good for them, and you know, we'll just address a couple of issues, and we'll just go for it.
If they're back, how does that change things, or does it not change things?
It doesn't change anything for me, but you know, I'm sure coaches, whatever matchup they want to try to do, they will do it, but we'll address that right before the game.
Does it do anything from a mental standpoint, psychologically, to have those guys back for them?
Not for me. Like I said, I can just speak for myself, and you know, they're good players, but you know, we just know what's a tendency to do. But I think it's like any other players. You just play against hard and compete and win the battles.
It's a must-win for sure. Every game in the playoff are a must-win. This one is really important if you want to tighten things up. But obviously, we never talk about win or lose in our dressing room. We try to talk about playing the right way and their way.
They get Draper and Datsuk, it looks like, back in the lineup. How much does that change your game, if at all?
Not at all. We have to be careful. Datsuk is a good player, but it doesn't change our game. We play the same way. We play the same series.
Is it the thing at this point in the playoffs? It's not about necessarily making adjustments to them. It's just playing your game as well as you can.
Yeah, when you get to the final, it's because you did great things, and I think the way we play, we have like a different style, and we have to work in it, and that's what we gave us. That's the system gave us success.
How much of a confidence boost do you think it was for Marc-Andre to have that second period, get that win after a couple of tough games up in Detroit?
I don't think Marc-Andre plays bad. I think he played really well, but it's just lucky bounce. But we know Marc-Andre is a great goaltender, and he's coming back in a tough situation like this. So it's great. The second period, he kept us in the game, and I think it's really good for his confidence. He's going to come out really strong tonight.
I know there's the pressure of the Stanley Cup Finals and everything, but how much fun are you guys having? I mean, you know, people want to talk about this stuff, but you know, do you enjoy this? Do you get extra pleasure out of this?
Yeah, obviously you want to. That's why you play hockey. To play a game like this, to play the final. It's always the most exciting moment. The crowd is like more into it, and I mean, it's just like emotional. It's like at a higher level. So that's why we love to play hockey.
You know, both teams are in the same situation, so I don't think it really changes much. I think, you know, we obviously need a little bit of rest, and I'm sure they're happy for that too. And it'll be much the same tonight.
Do you think it was the home ice advantage in Game 3 that gave you the difference, or do you think it was something else that you all did to contribute to the game?
No, home ice definitely helps, but it's obviously not a huge game changer sometimes. And we understood that, you know, we played a great hockey game. We played well enough to win, and that we deserved that one.
And going into Game 4, what are things that you need to capitalize on?
You know, just our scoring chances. I think, you know, we had a few even last game that, you know, we could have beared down on and got a few extra goals, and you know, we need to get in front of us good and get as many shots as we can.
Jordan, how will the return of Draper and possibly Datsuk change anything in tonight's game?
Well, they're both key players, and obviously Datsuk was the leading scorer. We have to watch out for him, and you know, Draper does a great job defensively and draws and stuff like that. So, you know, they're both great players, and there's a reason why they're back in the lineup. And you know, we just have to, you know, obviously keep playing the same way we have been playing, and we don't change anything.
Jordan, are you having fun with this whole thing? I mean, second year in a row you've done this. I mean, your third year in the league. I mean, you were able to step back and enjoy it at all?
Yeah, it's you maybe at this point, you're kind of in a whirlwind, but obviously after it's all said and done, it's always nice to look back and realize how much fun it really is, and how much you enjoy just playing with the guys, and obviously going out and battling every night.
Having done it before, do you get the idea that you maybe need to rest your body? Do you listen to your body a bit more this time of year?
Yeah, it's
having done it before.
Rest is like Peter Square says, rest is a weapon, and it can definitely help a lot if you understand what your body needs, and I think sometimes the less you go on the ice, probably the better.
With Chris Osgood, I mean, you guys ran into a hot goaltender with Varlamov, and you eventually cracked him. Do you guys think that may be possible with Osgood as well?
Coach to the podium. Yeah, I think for any goaltender, when you get that many shots a game and that many opportunities, it's tiring for a goaltender, physically and mentally. And I think we did a great job of that in the first couple of series. And the more we pepper him, the more we get in front of him, the more we crash the net, the easier he's going to break.
You still have the same feelings. During the season, there were a lot of must-wins for us because of where we were in the standings, and now certainly that's the playoffs. You feel the same way. Every time you have a loss, you're that much closer to elimination. So, we're here, it's 2-1, we're at home, and you think it's maybe not a bad situation, but it is another must-win for us. We don't want to go down 3-1 back to Detroit.
Rob, did you sense maybe defending the Zetterberg line changed a little bit at home here because of the way that they were trying to match against Sydney? Like, it seemed like he was playing in different situations or more tired situations than maybe as a defenseman. Did you notice anything?
The only thing I noticed is that we didn't have a straight matchup. In the previous 3 series, we would have, maybe Hallerai or Brooks and Sarge would have a certain assignment to play a certain line. But, we really haven't had that. We've just kind of rolled the lines. And I think here at home, since we have the last change, I didn't look at the game sheet, but it seemed like Zetterberg played an awful lot because every time Sid went out, they would take him off and they'd get him right back on. And, hopefully it wore him out a little bit so he can't do it again tonight.
Do you prefer having an assignment? You said the last 3 rounds you were, Stahl, whoever it was, or do you prefer just hopping over every third pair?
It's kind of nice to just roll the pairings. Certainly if the coaches think there's a matchup that's going to work, no one complains about it. But it is kind of nice as a player to just roll the 60 because you start to get more into a flow more evenly instead of having a bunch of shifts at once and then maybe you sit for 4 or 5 minutes. So, for us, I think most players would want to roll the lines, but, if there's a matchup that's going to help us, no one's going to complain.